40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Indianapolis Colts. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Pulls it in at the 13. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. First carry now for Trey Sermon. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Sermon, they'll try the left side with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Come on, QB, come on.
Off of play action, Darnold sliding out of the pocket. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 35.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Sermon now on 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
Seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Darnold. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Here's Mostert. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Trey Sermon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score. That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The third running back taken the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, third most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
On second down now, it's Taylor. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, is so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. To throw is Garoppolo. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides. They had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 31, Garoppolo. He'll get this off to Taylor. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Garoppolo. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect. How
about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Darnold from the gun. Darnold, he lost the football. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, heal up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 8 more yards this time coming off back-to-back first down pickups.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
gain 2 yards on second down. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Colts on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Frank Reich, he didn't even seem hesitant about this. He wants to go for it on 4th down. Try to punch it in with Taylor. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. On 1st down, Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
Just like that. 24 is the mic. 24 is the mic. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 24 is the mic. Let's go, Tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. 24.
To throw is Darnold. Caught by Sanu. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Darnold. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. That's to his running back, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
24 is the mic. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Darnold to throw again. Flushed out right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Second down, another run with Taylor. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
'49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Now a give to Taylor, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. To the right side, this is Taylor. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 111 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Again, it's Taylor. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Play action. It's Darnold. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Faking the give, Darnold. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle there by Mark Barron. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, and it's 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. K'Wan Williams, the one that got him down. 2nd and 10. Garoppolo now. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. Good footwork at the 30. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
On second down, it's Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And he is going to have a Colts first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll try the left side with Taylor. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. They'll get that one to Taylor, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. A give for Taylor running right side. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 23-yard line.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
To throw is Garoppolo. He finds Taylor, complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Blankenship's kick is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call them up.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Midge used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Looking deep for Hilton. And incomplete on the deep ball. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 134 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. Back to throw. Garoppolo. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Garoppolo to throw. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. What good hands there defensively. And 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the former Stanford Cardinal, Richard Sherman. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out.
All day, baby, all day, baby.
Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for Indianapolis, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.